My name is John Gonzalez. I am a second-year scenic design MFA student at the University of Houston, and I was the scenic designer for Three Sisters. A scenic designer's job is to set the feel of the show. The first thing the audience sees when they walk into the theater is the set. So it should be able to tell the story not only of the show, but also the story that the director wanted to say when they set the theme for the show. Scenic design, if it's done well, it sets the scene and it helps the audience understand where we are, but not only where we are and where the show is taking place, but also the overall theme and the feel of the show that they're about to see. It's a little bit debated on whether scenic design is truly that important or not in this day and age. There are people who think you can do it without scenic design, and there are people who think that scenic design is very obtrusive to the design or to the show itself. But I think if it's done well, the scenic design should blend seamlessly with the show, and you shouldn't even be noticing the design around the actors. It should be complementing each other. When me and John Tyson, the director for this production of Three Sisters, were looking at research images and trying to find pictures that would inspire us into looking into this house, we found a picture of an old abandoned country Russian country house, and it was deteriorated, but you could still see the beauty of the house. That at some point it was this grand house, but you could see the paint was starting to fade away, the wallpaper was starting to chip, and that's the feel that we wanted to give the show. We wanted it to feel like you're watching the ghost of this house. What you're seeing is something that happened 100 years ago, and they're not aware of how deteriorated the house is, but the house itself, you can see it's aged. So that was the inspiration for the show. It's heavily influenced by the Russian Golden Age architecture, and the intricacy of the windows and the window moldings and all the colors were chosen based on the Russian Golden Age architecture. If you look at the plans, the moldings are all very detailed. The window moldings that cover the windows for Act 4 for the outside scene are extremely detailed, and that's something that Russians took a lot of pride in. Particularly in their belief, a beautiful window would be a beautiful entrance for the gods, and beautiful doors. That's how they viewed it. So the exterior of these houses were all beautifully decorated, and that was the inspiration for the show.